Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics, and today we're going to continue with one of the stories we had been uploading earlier to the channel. This takes place after future Tim Drake was sent back to his own timeline. I'm going to skip a few comics, so I'll give you a recap. Clayface had found in Batman's team something he never thought he would have, a second chance. Thanks to Red Robin's work and Bruce's trust, Basil Karlo began to believe he could leave his past behind and become a true hero. Everything spiraled out of control when Clayface could no longer contain the power of his own mutation and, in that unstable state, became a threat to the entire city. Batman still saw in him a man who could be saved, someone who deserved to fight for redemption. However, Batwoman didn't see it the same way. For her, letting him live meant putting not only innocents in danger, but the whole team as well. That was the moment when she took the action no one else dared to take. She fired the projectile designed to end him, killing Clayface on the spot. This caused Barbara to feel terrible, seeing how someone she considered a friend was murdered without being given one last chance. Red Robin was scarred with guilt, knowing that all his efforts to stabilize him with technology failed at the most crucial moment. Batman carried the frustration of losing someone he had placed faith in, while also facing the reality that his own family no longer trusted his way of delivering justice. All of this caused the Bat family to fracture, and while some chose Batman's side, others sided with Batwoman. We begin with a glimpse into the past, several years ago. This is the funeral of Katherine's mother. After the ceremony ends, Alfred tells Bruce Wayne that it's time to leave. General Jacob thanks Alfred for bringing his nephew, something he truly appreciates. Alfred tells him that if he or his daughter need anything, they shouldn't hesitate to call. Kate and Bruce have a conversation. Bruce arrives in a very stealthy way, startling Kate. Well, he really scares everyone. Kate asks him if the pain of her mother's death will ever stop hurting. Bruce tells her no, it will never stop hurting. The loss of a father or mother is not like an illness that heals, because it hurts in a very different way. The only times Kate feels better are when she thinks about finding those responsible for her mother's death, so she can hurt them. She wants to make them feel the same fear she feels. She knows these thoughts aren't healthy, but it's the only thing she feels right now. Bruce tells her that he has dreams, though they're really troubling dreams, where he finds his parents' killer and shoots him himself, just as Joe did to them. He's certain that one day he will do it. They are good dreams. Kate then asks him why they don't do it. Why not find the people responsible and kill them themselves? We return to the present. Kate was asleep when she suddenly wakes up. In her mind, she can only recall the moment when Cass tore the bat symbol from her chest. Kate receives a call. The person on the line tells her that today is the day. She simply answers that she already knows. We are now at the clock tower. Barbara was looking at the footage of what happened with Clayface. Dick Grayson arrives and asks if she's really studying. He thought she had a photographic memory. Barbara tells him that just because she can remember everything doesn't mean she can structure a good argument about what just happened. She has thoughts and doesn't want to get trapped in unnecessary details. More than studying, she's trying to prepare for what's coming. Nightwing just tells her that he plans to follow his heart. That always leads him to the right side. She doesn't think that will help much. This is because she's deeply conflicted. After finishing their conversation, they both leave. In Wayne Manor, Cassie was in one of the rooms. Damian arrives and tells her that clearly no one told her whose room she's snooping around in. Cassie just ignores him. Damian tells her that maybe she didn't hear, but there are dozens of rooms she could go to. Cassie gets annoyed and slams him against the ground. Tim Drake arrives and says he wishes he had recorded it. Damian tells Tim that he looks terrible. Tim admits he missed this little gremlin too. Cassie thinks she should leave, but Alfred denies that request. Today, Alfred will be the one in charge of her. Cassie can feel at home. Besides, Alfred will make sure her stay at the manor is as good as possible. Alfred was looking at a piece of art when he remembered he had to make some brownies. Honestly, he could use a little help. Maybe Cassandra could help him. Later, in the Batcave, all the Robins gather. Dick tells Tim Drake that one of these days he has to go with him to Bloodhaven, since it's been a long time since they've beaten someone up together. For Tim, tagging along would be great. Barbara tells Damian that when she was his age, she was short too. Damian simply says that he's only half an inch shorter than his father was at his age. Well, that's what he was told. Barbara and Tim greet each other. She asks him how he feels. Tim doesn't understand why everyone keeps asking him that. Well, not long ago, he narrowly escaped certain death. When that happens, you carry a little extra weight of worry. He'll have to live with that burden the rest of his life. Let's just say Barbara has the big sister syndrome. Jason is also present there. It seems like some sort of witch hunt. Everyone is here for the same reason, though Tim was already a little scared. He thought everyone was there to interrogate him. Dick asks Jason what he's doing there. Jason gets uncomfortable. Did Nightwing really think Batman would leave him out of this little meeting? Batman interrupts. The Bat wanted to know how they were all doing. They're here because they're his family. He trusts every single one of them. Most importantly, he trusts their judgment. He needs to know everyone's opinion before making a decision. A decision that has to do with Katherine Kane, better known as Batwoman. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Batwoman is handling a few matters. At the same time, she talks with Batwing, who asks if she's sure about what she wants to do. She tells him yes. Batwing trusts her judgment and is certain that what she's about to do is the right thing. Besides, he has a few ideas for teamwork. Azrael will also be on her side and will follow him in just a few seconds. But what if everything she's about to do is only because she's angry, trying to fix this? If it's only out of anger, then he'll have to stop her plans and make the right call for all of them. Batwoman tells him that this is how she works. Angry, trying to fix things. What truly torments Katherine is not the fact that she killed Clayface, but that moment when Cass looked her in the eyes with tears streaming down before ripping off her emblem. She remembers it every night, and it seems she won't be able to shake it off anytime soon. She feels as if she broke something important in Cass, something Cass needed to believe in. Batwoman needs to handle some matters on her own, and after finishing her work, she leaves. Meanwhile, in the Batcave, Red Robin is about to begin. Tim Drake belongs to the Bat family, but his origin is somewhat different from the others. That is, tragedy really had nothing to do with why he put on a suit. He joined the Bat family because he believes in what Batman and Robin represent. He believes the city deserves the best of all of them. In order to be a good Robin, he used videos and everything at his disposal to start training. He began training by observing what the first Robins did. Batman became his whole life, and that's when he realized Batman was wounded. Jason Todd had just been murdered. The Bat needed someone by his side. If he didn't intervene, no one else would. That's how the story of Red Robin began. He joined this team not because of his own tragedy, but because of Batman's. If Batman and Robin didn't exist, Gotham would be submerged in darkness. For a long time, he has been writing crazy, unrealistic ideas about how to build a perfect future, about how to create an eternal Batman. Some time ago, Bruce approached him and said he wanted to try. The fact that they are all here makes it possible for the Bat family to expand in an important way. They could build a force to guide society. Everyone could be better, even villains. They have to be better than Batwoman and avoid doing reckless things like what she did. They have to make the Bat symbol represent something bigger than what she made it, because the Bat symbol does not represent killing. The first to respond to this is Dick Grayson. He doesn't like to judge people. He thinks Kate killed Clayface because she believed it was the only way to resolve the conflict. If someone needs to do something terrible to solve things, they could count on Batwoman. Dick was never very comfortable with Clayface being part of Batman's team, but he's glad they gave him the chance to redeem himself. Either way, he regrets how things ended. Nightwing thinks Batwoman can redeem herself and regain the trust of the Bat family. The only thing he doesn't know is how she could regain that trust. For the moment, he's not sure if she should wear the Bat symbol. Nightwing asks Damian what he thinks. He simply says that none of them should be part of this Bat family. And yes, that's all he's going to say. It's Jason's turn. He's sure everyone thinks he'll side with Batwoman. Maybe he will, but not for the reasons they think. He's not stupid and won't argue against killing. He's in the Batcave and has great respect for this place. He'll be honest with what he says. This isn't about killing Clayface itself. Batman has his rules and his ways of doing things. She decided her path was different. All of this clashes with the ego of Bruce Wayne. Now he's angry because someone broke his rules. Family is family. Jason can take the role of black sheep in the family, but if he has to say it, he'll say Batwoman stays. Barbara is next. All this time she has been very quiet, but before giving her vote, she needs more information. She asks Bruce Wayne what the purpose of building the Belfry base was. Tim says he was the one who built it. Barbara interrupts him and says she doesn't mean to offend, but she doesn't need the answer of an idealistic teenager. She's asking Bruce, not Tim. Batman asks Barbara where she's going with this. Barbara knows the following. Bruce had evidence of a paramilitary group called Colony. They were looking to recruit unaffiliated Gotham heroes, and Batman thought they would go after Batwoman to be the leader of the organization. So Batman needed to find a way to beat Colony. Batman had in his custody someone who had been pressuring him for years for something like this to happen, someone he could give a lot of money to build the Belfry for him. If you don't get it, here's the point. Tim Drake did build the Belfry, it's true, but Batman was the one who gave him all the resources to do it. Bruce believed in the utopia Tim wanted to create. Batman didn't form this team because he believed in Tim's utopia, but because he wanted to steer his cousin away from the path she had begun to take after her mother was murdered. He didn't want her to be a soldier. He wanted her to be a bat. And he thought he could use Tim's plan to make that happen. Batman wanted Kate to believe in the way of the bat. That's why he stopped being so cautious with her and built an unstable system that would always collapse, because its continued existence was never the end he intended. Tim tries to interrupt her, but Barbara says that some time ago she talked with Stephanie. Stephanie isn't interested in being part of this team, regardless of what Batman decides. The discussion heats up, and Jason wishes he had some popcorn. Tim insists the Knights program can work. Barbara asks him what about Cassandra. She was tortured to the limit of her sanity by her father. Besides, Cassandra lives alone in the attic of a neglected theater without adult supervision. The most human connection she has made in years was with a supervillain Barbara has been fighting for as long as she can remember. A supervillain who, by the way, was killed, and is the reason they're all arguing now. Batman says that's enough. Batman would never do anything to hurt Cassandra. Barbara continues. The reason Batman called them here is because he doesn't have the answer about what to do with Kate going forward. She thinks about it a lot because Katherine is the closest connection he has to his mother, Martha. Batman fears that Martha would have wanted to pull the trigger. That calls into question whether Kate can wear the bat symbol or not. Bruce cannot take the bat from her chest. Only she can make that decision. She is not an orphan teenager, not Bruce's daughter, not the daughter of the police commissioner. Bruce can't punish her, take away her credit card, or stop training her. He can only understand who she is and what she means to him. It's time for Batman to argue. If he gives a clear reason why she is dangerous, out of control, or must be stopped, then, and only then, Barbara will fight by his side to stop her. Barbara and the others are right. Even Jason is right, because this isn't about her, but about Bruce Wayne's ego. Everyone has given their arguments, and the only ones who seem to be wrong are Batman and Tim. Katherine is the only one who can decide her fate. Whatever decision she makes, she'll have to live with it. She chose to kill Clayface thinking it was the right thing. She'll live with that for the rest of her life. Meanwhile, at the cemetery, Kate visits her mother's grave. Some time ago, she made the decision to kill a man who was good but lost control, leaving her no other choice. When she killed him, a girl looked her in the eyes. Those same eyes she had seen in herself as a child when her mother died. They were the eyes of someone who had just been destroyed. All this time, she tried to go in the right direction, but now she realizes she's been wrong for years. Katherine had been thinking about her father's offer to join Colony. After considering it, she has made the decision to join. Then it's time to begin. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.